Hi everyone, comic book reviewer here, this time doing another film review, and this one is on Mulan 2. Now as you know, Mulan 2 is a 2004 direct-to-video animated musical adventure film, which was meant to be one of those direct-to-video sequel films which got pumped up by the dozen, like The Little Mermaid 2, Pocahontas 2, Cinderella 3, and all that. And I think after sitting down to watch it, after seeing how the film did become a meme fest and quickly gained a reputation for being a bad direct-to-video sequel, I think it's not bad, but it's more like trying to work with what they had. So the premise of the film is meant to take place 1 month after defeating the Huns. We see how General Shang proposes to Mulan, and this is where, they're gonna kind of rush things, they're gonna think what's best, and I give the film credit is that Mulan's parents actually know what they're trying to do, but they do try to advise and even help them be more in balance by giving them a yin-yang medallion. And of course, we kind of see how the Emperor of China wants to arrange a special marriage with his daughters and a neighbouring kingdom to stop enemy forces. And this is where we're going to see that, Mulan questioning things. We kind of see how Shang has to kind of keep up this image that they can't allow any screw-ups, they can't do anything stupid. And I think for the most part, it's also trying to give the other three generals from the other three soldiers from the first film love interests. And I think for the most part, it's trying to do the whole putting characters in a love-struck stuff. And I think it's interesting how, you kind of have Yao and his friends kind of falling in love with the princesses. This is them trying to get to know each other a bit more. And I kind of give the film credit is that it's trying to work with what it had. Like, I think when you have Mushu finally getting his pedestal after the first film, it makes sense that he would be a little drunk on power, him finally getting the respect he wanted. And two, when he does learn that he'll basically lose position once Mulan gets married, this is him knowing that he worked hard for it. And that, he wants to believe that he's doing the right thing, despite it backfiring horribly. And I give the film credit is that it's not trying to forcibly redeem Mushu, as you do see Mushu realise the consequences of his actions when things do get worse. I think the problem that the film has is that it's trying to go with the whole, I'm trying to be in the right, we're not inseparable, and all that. But the problem is, I think the film tries to make it that Mulan's in the right, despite the fact that she's putting her feelings as well as her emotions in danger on the mission, as well as China. I think for the most part, I give it credit, like when you do have Shang and Mulan questioning their relationship, that can be a believable thing. Sometimes you are going to question things if your relationship is a healthy one. Sometimes you are going to act on your emotions, and that can be believable. And I think for the most part, I think when you kind of got the Emperor's three daughters, I don't think they're bad characters, I just think they're thrown in to be a plot device for Yao and his friends. And I think the problem is that the film had to work with a weak script, and it clearly shows. I think what I also give the film credit is that it's trying to avoid the whole boy stereotype thing, the girl stereotype thing from the first film. It's still a bit there, but it's clear that the film is trying to avoid that a little bit. I think the problem is that, when you've got a weak storyline, when you have to work with what you've got, you aren't always going to have a good story. I think it's like looking at episode 8 and 9 of Star Wars. It was a weaker storyline that does got fans upset, annoyed, and at the same time left with a raw deal. All Sailor Moon Crystal do the following more of the manga, which, yeah, mangas tend to feel rushed. Characters just don't feel like what they're supposed to. Well, the anime counterpart from the original one took more time to build things. I think for the rest of the story that, yeah, it does try to take itself still a bit seriously. We aren't going to have a real major villain. It's just kind of doing the whole questioning the relationship, seeing what's best, and just kind of figuring out how to kind of work things out in a relationship. But yeah, I think the film definitely deserves thumbs in the middle. It's not bad, not great, but it's stuck with a weak script, and this happens a lot with films. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.